We're here at DICE with Tommie Kelly. Hi Tommie, thanks
Hello,
for
how are
speaking
you?
to us. Tell the guys what you do and who you are.
I am Tommie Kelly. I have a number of roles, I suppose. I am the self-styled dictator of Irish comic news, which is the, I suppose, a rival. Is it a rival side? I don't think it is. Rival wouldn't be a word.
Stepsister?
Stepsister, ugly cousin to your side. So just to get Irish comic news, really, you know, anything remotely Irish and comic-y and stuff like that. But in my my alter ego, I'm also a comic writer and artist, and I've done stuff called Road Crew, Holy Numbers, Dem is one of my latest, and I have a new comic coming out in January called Zara Rogers.
Interestingly enough,
which is it's a webcomic, five episodes, or 5 strips a week, Monday to Friday, in the style of the old sort of 40s and 50s newspaper strips,
yeah.
But kind of also influenced from the 50s and 60s B-movie, salsa flicks, that sort of thing. But as I know, a lot of people have kind of done, you know, like a rehash of the old newspaper strips, but they've generally took the piss out of it,
yeah.
rather than, so this is very serious, as if it was done at the time,
yeah.
but with, you know, modern sort of twist.
So like a nice homage to it, rather
yeah, that's it, rather
funny.
than, you know, making fun out of it, because,
yeah.
you know, because if you look back at some of those old strips, the talent and the skill in them is, you know, it's probably been lost an awful lot in some sort of comic, because you went from, they were coming maybe from a fine art background or an advertising, you know, well, it was like they were getting the crap job was doing the newspaper
yeah.
strips, the comics, you know, so it was kind of a step down from, but they had so much talent from the other stuff. Not to say that people in comics don't have talent now, of course, I don't know. Next question, please. I'm walking into one now.
Yeah, so anything else about your peers and colleagues here, the talent?
Yes, all of them I hate, and frankly, I don't like any of them.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. No, everyone's brilliant. That's the thing, though. I'm sure you noticed about interviewing people, and the scene is really nice. There isn't any of that sort of stuff. Everyone is kind
yeah.
of friendly. There's no, where there still is massive egos with the court, which should be encouraged.
It's talent.
You know,
you have to have an ego.
But everyone still looks out for each other. You know, there's no kind of, you can have an ego as being really good, but not ever at the expense of other people. You know,
yeah. And I think it's definitely much more prevalent in the Irish comic scene.
Yeah.
Than it is in maybe the American ones that have to kind of compete
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
You guys all seem to be very, very supportive of each other.
Which is odd, because we've such a small population that
yeah.
you'd think it would be the complete opposite. There's so, you know, less jobs. But the Irish people just seem to be taking all the jobs in Marvel and DC at the minute. You know, just everyone's just doing.
Well, as it should be.
Yeah, rightly so.
We all, because I'll be Irish for today. Yeah. We all moved over there. They all want to be Irish, so take their jobs.
Well, we built the world, didn't we, more or less, the Irish, so there you go.
But yeah, I think I first came upon you with the Holy Numbers, if I remember correctly, because that was a little while ago.
Yeah, that probably, it finished in print format at the beginning, about April of this year, it came out in the print thing, but it was going from about February of the year before as a digital monthly. Well, it's actually worked out every 6 weeks there was an issue coming out, so that's, yeah, so it's about from it started about a year and a half ago, so yeah, that was a long sort of time. It was kind of worked well, because if I had just done it as the 120 page thing with no kind of feedback, right, it would have been an awful lot harder to do, but the fact that you were getting it out monthly or semi-monthly was kind of, you know, at least it's something to show each time. There was oh yeah.
Hi.
What story with you?
Not much, just hanging around. Just down here.
Photobombed by Spider-Man.
Oh, this is so weird. Well, I suppose no better place for it to happen, is it really? Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you guys to it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for keeping the streets safe. And so yeah, I was saying, yeah, that if I had done it all in one 120 page, it would have been an awful lot harder to do. At least getting it out monthly give you the chance to, not necessarily, like there wasn't the feedback, but at least you were touching in the whole time. It seemed like you're doing something where if you took a year out and no one heard from you from a year, or to be going, that guy's not at it, and he's just sitting at home doing nothing.
Is that one of the reasons you started the Irish Comic News as well? Because of that interactivity between...
Well, yeah, there was an awful lot of, you know, like people doing comics, obviously, but there was no kind of central hub, or there was no, people were kind of finding out bits and pieces from Facebook, Twitter hadn't really even totally taken off probably at that point. So it kind of felt that there should be like some sort of news site. Now was the idea, like to say, things had been done before, different pieces, but there was never anything just specifically Irish comic, you know, that thing. So there was an event I was at. It was just a week after 2D 2 years ago, and it was in Dublin, and kind of about 10 people showed up. That was it. It was kind of going, and what was the story? Because people didn't know about it.
Yeah.
You know, there was like certain people, like people in comics who do comics know about things because they talk to each other. But outside that, so I wanted somewhere where people who did comics would have some sort of place to get their stuff out, and I wanted people who were interested in it to likewise come back, but still have things like tutorials from, or articles about doing comics, all that sort of stuff. But the main emphasis, what I wanted it to be positive, that the whole thing had to be positive, because there's so much negativity on the internet, and that's fine, it has its place, getting real strict, harsh reviews and stuff like that. There's a time place for that, but there's enough of those places, so I want it to be the other way. So with ICN, if you ever reviewed, we're going to look at what's good about your comic. Now, we're not going to tell you it's brilliant if it isn't.
Yeah.
But let's focus on...
You're not going to rip it to shreds on there?
No, definitely not. There's, like, even a terrible piece, there's something you can... I don't know, even it's sent it. The lettering's really good, but fine, focus on, because there's enough place to tell you where it's bad. Now, if it's really bad, we don't review it. And that has happened. So it's not that where, we say everything's brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's the focusing on the positive end of things.
And is that how... Because obviously, as you said, there's a lot of people here that like there's the Stevens are here.
Yeah, the Stevens, yeah.
And Will and Declan, as you said, PJ's here.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of you guys kind of
and
together.
there's a lot of people coming up as well, like the next, like you've people like Rory Coleman who've come across him. He was doing the Zombies High stuff. He's brilliant.
Yes.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Rob Carey, he's going to make huge advances if he gets his allowed curse on this.
Yeah, why not?
If you get together.
Yep.
but he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. He's just I don't know. Doesn't have his right business brain on him most of the time.
Because he's a creative rather than a businessman.
Well, that's it. Yeah, maybe he just needs a manager or something.
Yeah.
But do you know Rob Carey? You know him?
I've talked to him. I haven't met him yet.
Yeah. Would you like to manage him?
And then there's Green Monkey as well.
Gavin McCombs.
Yeah.
He's like, he came to me. I don't know, about 6 months ago, maybe going, I'm going to do a comic, and did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is brilliant, And it's like, he goes, I know it's not the best thing in the world, it's definitely not the worst thing, it's actually a good comic, But he's going, I just want to get it done, I'm on the scene, getting out. And he's now thinking of what he's doing a year in advance.
I think that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are going to be so many people here today and tomorrow bringing portfolios, maybe talking to people, but not doing anything.
Yeah,
that's
it. And it's like as much as you can show up and show your portfolio, whatever. That's grand, but that could have taken a year to do. You have to be complete. Yeah. You have to be getting known people. Like most people don't get after certain standards. You're not getting hired for your skill after a certain skill. I'm getting hired because of who you are, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's important to be, sociable, get to know people, like people, like the nerd scene is the nerd scene and the geek scene, whatever you want to call it, and it's hard enough to get in without just turning up one day hoping to get in. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Work hard, get it done.
Yeah. But like even Darren over there, Darren O'Toole, it'd be easy to say, another guy who just come in, but he's going about a year or maybe a year and a half, and he's done so much. Again, just do it. Go out and do it. Stop talking about it. Just do it.
See, good advice.
That's it.
So maybe more people do it. This time next year, there'll be more people here.
It. Yeah, well, let's hope so.
Yeah. For them listening and watching, Demons. Can you tell them where they can find out more about you? You mentioned Irish Comic News, where they can find out where they can find
irishcomicnews.com. There's TommieKelly.com, that's Ummie, and the new comic is Zara Rogers, Zara Rogers.com, and it starts on January the 6th.
Okay, well, we'll get some information up on the FTN site as well for you. And thank you very much for your time. It's been nice talking to you.
Yeah.
And we need a hug on screen. Thank you.